LeBron James has looked sensational. There's no reason to get into that right now. Tyronn Lue has done an exceptional job of coaching this team since the trade has taken place. There's no reason to really get into that right now. What alarms me and what I'm paying attention to is the combination of the newcomers combined with what it's done for J.R. Smith. Now, they haven't been here for the last 4 or 5 games. I mean, they've been here for the last 3 pretty much. But J.R. Smith is on the tear over the last 5 games. Just look at some of his numbers, Max. Over the last 5 games, he shot 66, 50, 50, 85%, and 60% from the field. He's hit 20 of 34 three-pointers. That's like at a 58% rate from the three-point line. Obviously, that's not something that's going to be sustainable. We all know this. But in the same breath, it does give indications that now that he doesn't have to worry about being traded, combined with the fact that he doesn't have to lament coming off the bench, or even once he was inserted in the starting lineup after just 3 games, he doesn't necessarily have to watch over his shoulders because all of them are meshing so well. This is the kind of thing that you have to watch out for and you have to monitor as we go along. Think about this. Last night, as the game waned and it was tight and the Cleveland Cavaliers pulled away, you had LeBron on the floor with Jeff Green, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, and J.R. Smith. And they were killing it. See, Nance and Clarkson know how to play together, obviously, because they were in L.A. together. Not only that, Clarkson's ability to create his own shot and not necessarily needing to stand in the corner and wait for LeBron to make all the plays helps freeze things up. It helps freeze things up not just for LeBron, but it helps freeze things up for J.R. Smith. And my point is, watching all of that, that's good enough on offense. But what really impresses me is their mobility defensively. They get out and defend perimeter shooters. Larry Nance Jr. is huge. Remember, Magic Johnson came on our show months ago, right in studio in Los Angeles. He sat there and he talked about how valuable Larry Nance was and how reluctant they were to give him up because he's young with such tremendous promise and he plays on both ends of the floor and he does his job. If you watch Larry Nance yesterday, one of the big things I peeled from it is in pick and roll situations, whereas you would have a Kevin Love or to a lesser degree Tristan Thompson, struggling to defend perimeter shooters. Larry Nance has no problem getting out there. And if you remember when the Cleveland won the championship years ago, we raved about Tristan Thompson from the perspective that he was able to get out on the perimeter and literally defend perimeter shooters on Golden State because of his mobility. Nance. And so when you look at it from that perspective, the fact that Larry Nance elevates them defensively and Clarkson helps them spread the floor offensively, freeing up JR, that's what I'm impressed by what I'm seeing from Cleveland right now.
Larry Nance is a difference maker. He's the kind of guy that every team wants to have, the guy who will do all the dirty work, who's energetic on both ends. And I would describe him as a poor man's Dennis Rodman. It's not just that he's energetic and athletic. He actually has a nose for the ball. He has good intuition in terms of where the ball will wind up, and he winds up there. Jordan Clarkson, if Larry Nance is a poor man's Dennis Rodman, Jordan Clarkson's like a poverty-stricken man's Russell Westbrook. He has that same kind of attack mentality and can do things like that, obviously on a much lower level than a guy like Russell Westbrook. But the big thing to me is the fact that they played together in L.A., so you have not just 4 different pieces when you add George Hill and Rodney Hood coming onto this team and joining this new group, but 2 of those pieces are used to working together and their skills complement one another. And what we see in the NBA often is fresh legs off the bench are better late than, even if they're not stars, than star quality players who are tired. Now, if those fresh legs come with built-in chemistry and complementary skill sets, you got something. So Clarkson and Nance are a huge addition to this team.